I just want to go around for a second. Everybody just say your age real quick. Can everybody do that for me? Okay, let's go.
What's your age?
8. Derek.
Well, how old are you?
4.
How old are you?
Tell him.
How old are you?
2. 4.
15. 15. 13. Hold my hand.
8. 5.
5.
There's somebody here.
Here. One more here. How old?
How old are you?
How old are you?
4.5.
So look at all these beautiful young people. And look at this beautiful young person. What kind of society is this that looks at these youth as threats?
That's good, sir.
What kind of society is this? Those cops didn't take literally did not take 2 seconds to learn anything about Tamir Rice. They didn't take 2 seconds or any of the time we took here to find out anything about these youth. They showed up on the scene and they talk about how they didn't know whether he had a gun or not. They didn't know about whether he was a threat. Of course they didn't know. They killed him in less than 2 seconds. Let's talk about what they did know.
Wow.
They knew there was a young black kid alone in a park that they could gun down and get away with it.
Yes!
They didn't know there was a camera.
Wow. Right.
They didn't know that when they made up the report about the incident, that the whole world would have their eyes on them because of people like Reverend McCrory who refused to allow the video to be silenced and kept locked up.
That's right.
But they didn't know anything about Tamir Rice. And they didn't care. They are robbing the lives of our youth. They are sentencing whole generations to early death. Not another year without justice for Tamir.
Not another year without justice for Tamir.
Police terror and brutality must stop.
Police terror and brutality must stop.
And it is up to us to make it stop.
It is up to us to make it stop.
And look, those of us who are in the Revolution Club aren't going to mince words. This is the whole history of this country. You can go all the way back to Emmett Till.
Come on here. Come on now.
14-year-old boy lynched, rounded up, kidnapped by white thugs, taken down to the river, tortured, and then shot in the face. And the echoes carry with us today in the faces of Tamir Rice, Nicholas Hayward Jr., and on and on and on. This is the whole history of this country, and it can't be made, it hasn't been made right, and we need a revolution, nothing less, to sweep aside this system and make a world where our youth can not only not be shot down and killed, but where they can contribute all of their knowledge, creativity, and skills that they have to contribute to society. We don't just want them not in caskets, we want them out in the world changing it for the better. And there's no reason that that can't happen. Except that we live under this system which makes it not happen. Somebody talked about the environment. These kids could be part of cleaning this up, saving the planet, safeguarding it for the rest of us and the future of humanity, but instead they're locked down in cages when they get just a little older or shot down in the streets by police. What kind of society is this?
Sick.
That's right. Yeah. Smart kid.
Smart kid.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Special shout out to all my young people from Restoration Temple Ministries that came out today. And to my senior pastor, Overseer Yvonne Harrison, thank you so much. We are here to demand justice for the life of Tamir Elijah Rice.
Yes.
Who is Tamir Elijah Rice? He was a 12-year-old whose life was cut down because he was seen as a threat without the opportunity to prove himself otherwise. There are some people who have said that this young soul had no business playing with a toy gun. There are some who believe that Officers Timothy Loman and Frank Garmack were justified in their actions of shooting Tamir Rice within 1 second. Prosecutor Tim McGinty certainly does. Riddle me this though. Does shooting someone without even speaking to them or asking questions justify the lack of self-control on the part of someone who has sworn to protect and serve our communities?
No.
Why are the victims of fatalities at the hands of the police all over this country seemingly young and people of color? Just 1 week ago, in Minneapolis, 24-year-old Jamar Clark was handcuffed and shot in his head execution style.
Tell it.
Come on, Minister.
We are losing a generation of people who have the potential of changing the world around us for the better, but are being killed by the police who see these young lives as a threat and consistently claim that they fear for their lives.
Shouldn't have the job. Be in jail.
The Bible speaks about fear.
Come on now.
2 Timothy 1:7 says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but he has given us a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind.
Preacher.
Now what does that mean for us as a people? For us, it means having a spirit of power to stand up to those who act recklessly toward us. It means us banding together in power to ignite positive changes in our communities. It means exhibiting a spirit of love that will consistently protect our children and each other when we see wrongful behavior. It means that in love we will rebuke and correct those who intentionally and spitefully try to harm us. And with a sound mind, it means learning the laws of the land.
That's right.
That they use to keep us bound as a people.
That's right.
With a sound mind, it means learning our rights and standing up for them when they are violated. And with a sound mind, it means asserting our rights and teaching our children to do the same.
Right.
For the police departments all over this nation, it means not being fearful of the communities you are sworn to serve.
Right.
It means operating in power and not in abuse. It means having self-control to the point where you have discourse first before using your weapons.
Yes. Right.
And it also means eradicating the blue wall of silence.
That's right.
And getting rid of the corruption around you. From the precincts to the political powers that be. We are out here to ensure that Tamir Rice's death is not in vain. We are here to ensure that Eric Gardner's death is not in vain. We are here to ensure that Jamar Clark's life is not in vain. That Michael Brown's life is not in vain. That Sean Bell's life is not in vain.
Tell it.
We are here to ignite change, brothers and sisters. It begins with us educating ourselves and our families and our communities. And in doing so, we are operating in a spirit of power. We are operating in a spirit of love. And we are operating with a sound mind. Brothers and sisters, my name is Janet LaFontaine, minister at Restoration Temple Ministries, and we are Tamir Rice.
Every time I think about what happened to Tamir Rice, I go back to when I was a little boy. Because we would play games and we'd have to count off time. You know, we had to, you can't rush the passer for 3 seconds. So we would go 1001, 1002, 1003, and then we could charge in there. Well, think about this. 1001, 1002. Before I finished, those police had killed Tamir upon their arrival. Now, this prosecutor has actually released 3 reports saying that these police were justified. First he released 2, then he released another. Now think about that. 1001, 1002. Killing a child in less time than that. And the motherfuckers who front for this system, I know they're children here, but look, I'm just having some trouble editing the words. They want to tell us that that's justified. Think about that. And see, it's even worse. Ohio is what they call an open carry state. It is legal to carry a real gun in Ohio. White, right-wing, Second Amendment so-called activists go around with rifles, with pistols, displayed openly, and I ain't heard of a single one of them getting in a confrontation with police, let alone being shot. What can you say about a system that murders children and then says the murderers were justified in doing it? They were performing their duty to protect and serve. That kind of system is no damn good and needs to be gotten rid of as soon as way possible, and the way possible is through revolution, and that's what I've dedicated my life to. And it is because I'm a revolutionary that I have dedicated my life to fighting the horror of police getting away with murder. It ain't the only horror I've fought against, but it's one that I've really focused on because it needs to stop. And see, things don't have to be this way. We should live in a world where those who are in charge with public safety would sooner risk or lose their own life than kill or injure an innocent person. But in this society, it's the other way around. We got to stand together and fight this. We got to say this cannot happen anymore. This has got to stop. I spoke at Rise Up October and I said, this ain't a one-day thing. We got to keep this going. I meant that. But I need y'all to mean that too. I need you all to get involved. I need you all to work on this. Because this ain't something that I could do by myself. Again, if I could, if there was some way possible I could have done it, I would have done it. Because I don't want to have new victims. I don't want to put new faces on posters. That just wears me down. We got to stop this, sisters and brothers, and we got to work together to do it. We have to say, when the cops murder somebody, they have murdered a member of our family, and we will not allow that to continue to happen.
That's right.
We will spread the word on that. We will mobilize others. We will get people to get with us to stand up. We will bring out the parents of police murder victims to talk about how it feels to lose one of their loved ones, the devastation that brings down. We got to talk about the genocide that's being brought down on Black and Latino people in this country, because that's what this is. And it's not just the police terror, although that's the spear point of it. It's also the mass incarceration. It's also the conditions that this police terror is enforcing, because this system has no future for whole generations of Black and Latino youth growing up in the inner city. We got to fight for there to be a future. These youth are the future. Y'all young people are the future. That is how we got to look at it. We got to defend our future. We got to unleash our future, because, look, there might be cures for diseases among these young people. Somebody here might make the breakthrough that will allow us to clean up the environment of the whole planet. But this system is mowing them down, ensuring that those contributions could not be made. We cannot allow that to go on. Get with the Stop Mass Incarceration Network. And Cornel West and I, who formed the Stop Mass Incarceration Network, we got some new ideas of some things we're gonna do in the future. We're gonna put that out there in a minute. We working on them. You're gonna hear about them soon. And look, Tamir was my grandchild. I'm that old. That's how I felt when I heard about Tamir, that I had lost a grandchild. We all gotta feel that way, and then we have to act to say, this happens no more. I saw a sign that says this stops today. That's got to be the way we go at it. Thank you, sister.
Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year.
Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Where are they?
Not another day.
Some of them are mixed in.
Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Not another day,
Not another year.
justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Not another day, not another year.
Justice now for Tamir.
I mean, a ride that Madison.
Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir. Not another day, not another year. Justice now for Tamir.
Some of the thousands killed by the police. And on this poster you have 12-year-old Tamir Rice. You have 7-year-old Ayanna Stanley Jones. 13-year-old Nicholas Hayward Jr. 15-year-old Jamie Gonzalez. 17, James Brissett. And on. 16, James Rivera. Kamani Gray, 16. Yes, even kids are the targets of murder by police. And that is why today, at the front of this march, with the youth, we're all going to go around again, and everybody give your name this time, and your age, and then I want everybody to repeat after them, the name and the age. Say their names. We'll start over here.
Zion 13.
Damien 13.
Damien 13.
Cole 8.
Cole 8.
Ellie 8.
Ellie 8.
14 Derek.
Say that again.
4 Derek.
4 Derek.
50,000 years.
50,000 years? What's your name? How old are you?
Sasha 5.
Sasha 5.
Leela 8.
Leela 8.
I am 4.5.
4.5.
Judah.
Judah, 4.5.
My name is Saul and I'm 10 years old.
Saul, 10 years old.
We're gonna play later, all right? Say it again.
This is the new one.
Say it again.
4.
What's your name?
Jade.
Jade, 4.
A little sleepy.
Okay. Boom, boom, 2.
Boom, boom, 2.
Very good. Very good.
What's your name?
David.
What's your name?
David.
Dominic.
How old
I don't want to.
How old are you?
2.
No, he's not.
David.
He's 3.
Yeah.
Dominic, 3. Right here.
Zadie 10.
Zadie 10.
Did I miss anybody?
Oh, we have one more.
There's a national police state that exists throughout this country with tentacles that are all over this planet Earth. Though some of you know I was in the original Black Panther Party, all right? And children are our future, those who are here and those who are not born yet. We have to organize ourselves to protect our youth, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it for them? Look at each and every one of them. Anytime you see a young person, and make a dedication to yourself to continue to organize against police terror and murder and occupying our communities with armies that don't live in our communities. Last thing I want to say, be on the lookout. With that referendum that some of you heard me talk about, we've been organizing for a while for it. We're about ready to launch. Make sure you register to vote. Make sure you get people to register to vote for community control over the police. There will be no more pigs in our community. Any cop that lives in your community has to work there and vice versa. They can't come from the outside no more. It's going to be on the ballot box for 2016. Who cares about the presidency? Let's look at community control, and not just the police, but later on the housing, the education. All of the institutions and all that we have in our communities must be controlled by us. All power to the people. And look out for that referendum, y'all. Register to vote. Vote for your community, not for the idiots that are running for office. All power to the people.